Welcome to Soul Infused Monday. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, I am going to take a moment. What's happening here? Facebook always does something different. That is so hilarious. So, I don't need this. Okay. Today is a live Q&A session on the Soul Infused Monday show. So, I have the questions that you got me, and I always know, or I know that it always takes a moment for people to join live. So while you are here with me waiting for it to happen, I invite you to take a nice deep breath. To relax, to tune in, to leave me a comment, and let me know if you see and hear me, and just say hello. And I'm gonna wait for a moment because I'm gonna show you something really cute. So last week, that was so funny. Facebook Live did not want me to stop, and I showed you my view, right? The beautiful view that I got. And today I want to show you something else. I have to see if it's available. 1 second. You guys must be thinking, what's she doing? Where is she going? So I have a little foster kitten, and I just wanted to show it to you because he's so cute. So this is my little foster kitten that I'm taking care of right now. He was dumped on the road and I couldn't say no. Okay. All right, let's get this show started. Who else is in the house? Hey Carol, hi Tine, hi Jean. Who else is here? Linda, fantastic. So, if you're new to my show or if you've been invited by someone, my name is Sonia Bueno de la Torre. I'm doing this weekly Soul Infused Monday show live here on Facebook every Monday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. And today is a live Q&A session. I am a life and energy coach. I'm an energy healer. I'm a spiritual teacher, and I'm here to help you to really not only navigate this year in the best possible way, because it has been a crazy year, but to really connect to yourself, to connect to your higher self, to live a fulfilled, joyful, and loving life. Okay? So, I want to thank you. I got so many questions. I am not going to be able to answer them all today. However, know that your question will be answered. If it is not going to be answered this week, I will definitely continue next Monday if I don't get through them all. What I did is I collected some that were similar or that I felt like were the most relevant at this point, and I will see how many I can push through today. And then if I cannot manage to go through all of them, I will continue Monday. Hi Linda, hi, I love your new kitty. Yes, well, I'm not gonna keep it most likely. I might, you never know. All right, so, are you ready? Are you ready? And if you have a question right now, even though I have already plenty, but if a question arises, if a question comes, leave a comment below anyway, because I will collect them, and I have a quick question, by the way. So what if, I was wondering, because I get so many questions in general, I was thinking of maybe, what if I would do a monthly Q&A call here on the Soul Infused Monday show? Would you like that? If you would like that, like a monthly possibility to send me questions that I could use on the Soul Infused Monday show, it's just an idea. I don't even know if I would do it, but depending on your feedback, would you like that? If yes, give me a thumbs up, or better say, put it in the comment section with yes, I would like that, because I might actually do that. Okay, let's jump in. Hi Diane, so good to see you. The middle of the night there, appreciate it. Okay, let's get going. What I'm also gonna do, I'm gonna tune in. Obviously, I don't have the backstory of your questions. There are so many details, and I also want you to know that I cannot go into the depth of some of it if there is more work for you to do. But what I'm gonna do when I use the question you sent, I'm gonna tune into that person, or if it's your question or someone else's question, I'm gonna tune into that person. So to give a little bit more of a personal coaching, however, obviously it's not gonna be as deep as if you would work with me one-on-one privately, okay? So I'm gonna tune in for a moment. I invite you to tune in yourself and take 3 deep breaths. And another one. 3 deep breaths. And my first question is from Linda, and I think Linda, I've seen you, your life. The question was, how do I get out of procrastination? How do I get out of procrastination? And I think that's a question that a lot of people can relate to. If you can relate to this question, please raise your hand. Raise your hand if you can. So Linda and anyone else who can relate to this one. Procrastination is a big topic and has a multifaceted ways to look at, and everyone individually has certain reasons why they procrastinate. So I am depending on what it is that you're procrastinating on, the answer might be different, but I want to give you a few pointers here. Number one, and that might be a surprise for some of you, procrastination is a part of our life in some way. So first advice, just be okay that you do it. That doesn't mean you're gonna be stuck there. But what I often feel, and I feel is not only the procrastination itself that it's an issue, it's the judgment about not procrastinating, okay? So that's number one, I just wanna put that out there. Be okay in those moments, have loving awareness about, oh, I'm procrastinating. And then the next step that you want to do is okay, take it deeper. It's get clarity around it. What am I procrastinating on specifically? And what is it that it's holding me back from doing it? It's always deeper reasons. It's never the obvious, you know? And depending on how much charge that has, it might be easy to overcome, or you got to do some deeper work or reveal something that it's really going on, right? If you're just procrastinating to go shopping, you know, it's not emotionally charged, you just don't feel like it or whatever, then you can just, make a commitment, decide to do it, ask a friend to hold you accountable. If it's something that you feel like, I'm not so sure why I'm procrastinating, I just have such a huge resistance, a deep resistance where you feel like I just can't get over it to do it. And I have that as well. And then I look, okay, first of all, get help. If nothing works, get help. If nothing works, get help, right? And then dig a little deeper and see, okay, what's the emotion that is underneath? Is it fear? Is it there's usually a fear around it, right? Resistance is a good key as well. So I could say much, much more about this, but I feel like these are a few pointers that will already help you, Linda. Let me know if this is helpful. And I'm going to give also a few Soul Infused Monday shows today that I find will totally tie into what I'm talking today in the questions, so it will be helpful as well. So I would say, have a pen and a paper. This is only scratching the surface about procrastination, and I think it's such a good topic that I might make a show just about that, because it goes so much deeper. Very helpful, Linda? Okay, perfect, thank you. And just because I have so many questions, I just want to get as many as I can. Appreciate it. Amy has a great question, that if you can relate, raise your hand. What are your best tips for setting healthy boundaries with friends, loved ones, and new people coming into your life? That is a very general question, and I will give some pointers, but this is one of my favorite topics to talk about, is boundaries, especially from an energetical perspective, right? Because being able to set boundaries and having a space energetically that you respect your own space is crucial for any well-being. If you're not able, if you don't know your boundaries, first you gotta know them. If you don't know them, if you don't know how to keep them and how to communicate it and hold them energetically, you'll always be in some sort of a misery at some point, right? So I love that question, thank you. And who can relate? Raise your hand. Particularly to this boundary issue, because there's so much to talk, and I talk about this a lot. So even though I'm going to give you some pointers, Amy, I want to give you, and especially if this resonates with you with boundaries, a few Soul Infused Monday shows that talk about this, okay? The numbers are 72. 72 is the art of saying no. Then I have 99. Then I have 103 and 105. All those 4 Soul Infused Monday shows address the boundary issue. I would go back and watch those in addition to what I'm going to say to you. 72, 99, 103, and 105. And if anyone wants to put those numbers in a comment for someone who doesn't have a pen right now, appreciate it. Need to take a sip of water. I'm talking so fast because I want to get so many questions. So, what are your best tips for setting healthy boundaries? So, my very first tip, I'm not saying that's the easy, but it's simple and the basic. Be honest. Take a breath to that. Be honest. If you don't want to do something, if you don't want to hang out with someone, especially family is kind of like sometimes a heated thing, right? First of all, be honest. Be honest to yourself first, and then be honest on the outside. The how-to is the next level, and maybe it's difficult to be honest and you don't know how to say it yet, but these are all pieces that come then, and some of the other shows might help you as well. And if you need additional help with that and you want to do some deeper work, I am the expert on boundaries. So be honest to yourself first, and then speak your truth. You might not be graceful right away. And here's the good thing about this. If you're having an issue about setting a healthy boundary, there's always fear involved. So there's either fear of setting a boundary, of fear of rejection, fear of what they think about you, they hurt their feelings, not being nice, whatever. There's so many different components. That's why I can't go too specific. But my sense for you, Amy, in particular, it has to do with first owning it within yourself. And let me know if this is helpful. First is owning, okay, I do want to set a healthy boundary. There are things going on that are not good for me. And then you make a conscious choice. You make a choice. You make a choice to work on the boundaries and to tell people that you need, whatever it is, you didn't give more detail, but it's kind of space. One great, simple word, like sentence you can use if someone asks you to do something that you don't want to do, for example, it's like, no, that doesn't work for me. However, this is what works for me. Or I'm just fishing here, obviously, because I don't know the background, but it could also be just spending time with certain people, and you feel obliged to say yes because it's family, right? So look at your beliefs, look at your behaviors, discover what's inside of you that's holding you back, and then practice. Just start doing imperfect action. Just say no. And remind yourself that every time you say yes to something that is actually not something you want to do, you say no to yourself. Right? And you want to be in alignment with your space. I'm not so sure if you're here, Amy, so I don't know if this is helpful. If you are here, or if anyone struggles with this issue and it is helpful, please leave a comment below so I know it's helpful. There is so much more to say about boundaries, and I gave you the other Soul Infused Monday shows as well, because I talk about this a lot. First of all, be honest. Second, make a decision. Third, practice, even though it's imperfect. And one last piece that I want to say for anyone that is struggling with that. Saying no when it feels like a challenge is uncomfortable, right? Thank you, Valerie. It is uncomfortable when you are not feeling good about setting boundaries, but here's the truth. Listen to this. Hear me. It is even more uncomfortable to say yes to something that's actually a no inside. So you're going to be uncomfortable either way. Why not choosing to setting your boundary? Okay, great. Next question. Just Valerie, because you just left a comment. I have a question from you here too. It comes later, but I'm going to use it now, just because you left a comment. Where is it? Okay, great question as well. So Valerie asked, What can I do with the anxiety and restlessness of the uncertainty of my life right now and trust that whatever happens next, I will be okay? I don't know what work I will do or where I will live within the next year. Take a deep breath. I know hundreds of people can relate to this question. Raise your hand if you can relate. First of all, Valerie, I want you to know I'm with you. I don't know either. There's so many uncertainties in my life, I have no clue. The difference maybe between you and me, it's like I have maybe more trust. However, you can get there, okay? First of all, thank you for the question. Second of all, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath and ooh, just something came from, for you right now and anyone that is really helpful. So, ooh, this is powerful. And I hope, like even if you don't get it on the depth that it's coming, so this is not only you. The anxiety, the restlessness about the uncertainty and not knowing is a world matrix problem at the moment. Ooh, I get goosebumps. This is going to be so profound. Listen up. Why is this so important to you and anyone that kind of like really resonates with it? From an energetical perspective, you are plugged in to the world matrix. And if you don't know what I mean by world matrix, is that we are all connected energetically. And the matrix is the whole construct of the energy that we are all connected. And there is an unconscious plugged in and there's a conscious awareness living. I call it the soul infused living. Why is this so profound and helpful for you, Valerie, and anyone else? So take a moment and even do that with me. I invite anything. Just trust the process. Imagine that your energy system, especially your second chakra, by the way, especially your second chakra down in the belly area, is plugged into the world matrix. When we are plugged into the world matrix, we are so in it that we get blind to who we really are. So imagine that you unplug. Even if you don't even know what you're doing, just listen to my voice, follow the process, and just imagine, just imagine whatever capacity you have, you unplug from the world matrix and you bring your belly energy in. And you take a deep breath and you align yourself again. It's very advanced energy work that I'm just sharing here right now, so don't worry about doing it the perfect way, but this is what was coming for me. For you. It was coming for you. Why is this so relevant? You can only shift into trust and believing in yourself or just surrender when you are not plugged into the problem itself. Does it make sense? And then you take a breath. When you unplug, you reach up, you take the energy up and you look up. You can literally even look up and say, okay. And here, the reality is nobody really knows. You never really know. We just have that, so that our environment is more controlled when things are just kind of like more in the box that we have it. So, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be so fine. And remind yourself there were times in your life, and we had some even together a long time ago, where you didn't know either, and everything worked out. Use this as an opportunity to dig deeper into your own trust, into your own truth, and to unplug from the matrix, unplug from the global anxiety, and to allow yourself to create something completely new that you don't even know yet. And every day, meditate and set the intention to trust. There's so much more I could say. However, I feel this was the piece for you right now, right? Again, I can only scratch the surface here, but it was really, really deep. Let me know if this was helpful, Valerie. I feel that, even answering, why is this Q&A so profound and helpful is like, when I answer a question, we are actually shifting energy. Some of you might actually feel it right now. I feel like the whole, like all of us together, we kind of like shifted our energy up. Did you feel it? Okay, great. I want to give to this question, Valerie, to you, but anyone who struggles with that, and I have another question that relates to this one, that it's the same answer. The question is from Barbara, and she said, how do we stay positive with all these COVID conversations happening? It's getting worse. Are we going to be locked in? How do we stay happy if we can't go out again or be with family and friends? So I'm going to say a little bit more to this one, but in either way, very helpful, so sweet energy, wonderful, beautiful. The Soul Infused Monday show, 140, where I share a 5-step framework to handle fear and to raise your vibration, would be super helpful here for both of these questions, 140. Then the other one, it's not related to the corona. I did that back, and that it's the number 47. So I don't even remember exactly what I said, but the title is How to Handle Unexpected Change. Might be valuable too. And the last one, 159, How to Keep Your Energy High, where you also got the cheat sheet. That is specifically for Barbara's question as well. So let me go to Barbara's question. And we'll put the numbers down here. 47, 140, and 159 for anything related to moving through these challenging times, anxiety, keeping your energy high. And what I want to add to Barbara, and if anything I said before can relate, but it's getting worse. It's like, energy follows attention. What you focus on, you get more of. You've heard this before. Imagine how many times I've heard this. We cannot hear this enough. Focus on the things that are good in your life. Focus on the things that you can do versus the things that you cannot do. Also, another thing that I want to say to this particular question, unplug from the fear and the global control mechanism to keep you in a negative loop. You have freedom, even though there's certain things that are, government or whatever it's like. Don't bite into the craziness of, oh my God, I'm going to be locked down for the rest of my life. I'm not going to see my friends and family. Deal with those emotions. Hold space for them, but unplug from that fear and focus on what is it that I can do? What are the things that I can experience? Who are the friends that I can see? I mean, I understand. It's easier said than done. I wanted to visit my family this year. I haven't seen them in a few years. This didn't happen. I had tremendous, it was very challenging on so many levels this year for all of us. That's okay. It's okay. And at the same time, you have the power to create space to enjoy the things that you want to do, right? So Barbara, I'm not so sure. I don't think you're watching this live, but if you do, let me know if this is helpful, and if you have a follow-up question, let me know. I think the last piece I want to say to that is take this as an opportunity to what I just said to Valerie as well, to bring your energy in, reconnect to who you really are. Because when we do that, we can see the so-called problem from a different perspective, okay? Let me see the time. Woo, running late here. I might not get through all of them, but let me do at least one more. Is this helpful, guys? And I would specifically want to hear from you that that didn't send a specific question. Is this helpful? What's the biggest takeaway you had so far? What is the most valuable thing today? And leave me a comment. Let me know. Is this helpful? What's your biggest takeaway? Okay, leave me a comment below. So next question. From a beloved friend, Viva. Beautiful soul. Haven't seen you in a very long time, but back in the days in Germany, she was part of the energy work that I did with my people, my teachers back then. So Viva has a question, and is, what's the quickest, easiest way to forgive my abusive grandfather, who I know loved me in his own way? It's been over 60 years. Love this question. And first of all, thank you for asking this question. This is a deep question. And obviously I won't have all the answers because there might be something deeper to do, but I have a few things for you, Viva. And anyone who struggles with forgiveness and or you want to forgive someone, Doesn't matter if it's a week or a decade, but after 60 years, it's time, Viva. And here's what came to me for you. And you'd see, maybe it's helpful, maybe it's not, but just like play around with it. When I get an impulse, it's usually for a reason. Specifically for you, Viva, my feeling was what would be helpful for you to still process some of the unresolved issues, because there are unresolved issues still after 60 years. Otherwise, this issue wouldn't even come up. Write your grandfather a letter. And not for him specifically, I'm sure he's not with us anymore, at least not in physical form. But the first impulse I got when I tuned into your question is, take some time, sit down, write him a letter. And don't think too much about what you're going to write. Let it be written by you. Like start, dear grandfather, or if you had a special name, and you just start writing. You just let it pour out and you let everything out. And I feel that this will get you into a process, maybe also of, maybe tears come up, maybe like something will shift. And then at the end, you just check. Am I ready to forgive? And you get to forgive yourself as well. This is all, forgiving yourself means not that you did something wrong, because it's not that we, did something wrong in a sense that we got abused when we were little, but something in our mind, in the childish mind, we believe that something is wrong with us. That's what it happened, and we feel bad about it. So it's really about you embracing this trauma. This is a deep trauma for you in your life. To embrace that inner child, to go back to this trauma, to let yourself really be in love and compassion and forgiveness with this part in you. And then see if you can take another step. And if not, here's my other advice for you. If you are not able at this point to forgive him, that's okay too. Don't judge yourself, don't pressure yourself. And yet I feel like it's already opening. So I think you are ready. So that was my advice in general with forgiveness, You're ready when you're ready, and if you're not ready, there's still something energetically blocked that needs to be resolved, and that's okay too. And sometimes a real simple question can help, depending on the level of work already done, is if you ask yourself the question, what's more important to me? To hold on to this or to be free? Ooh, powerful question. I hope you wrote it down, any one of you. Okay, so, and listen guys, let me know what's the most valuable thing you're getting out of this. Is this helpful, and what specifically? I want to know what's the biggest takeaway. And Viva, let me know if this was helpful, and if you have any follow-up questions, let me know. Okay, I will, let me see if I will keep this. Okay, I'm going to use Lexi's question as well, because I answered that question already. It ties in with Valerie's and Barbara's question. Her question was, I was laid off yesterday from working for a company for 30 years. I have a fear that my financial future is in jeopardy. I've attached my financial security to this company. How do I let go and let God lead me to my purpose? Which I have no idea what it is. So Lexi, again, besides of the Soul Infused Monday shows that I gave, especially the 140, 47 and 159, the same that I said to Valerie and Barbara applies to here. It's the same about the uncertainty. It's the same about trust. It's the same process of having an opportunity. And one other piece that I want to say to this one in particular, God, there's so many good questions. I will continue next Monday. What I want to say in particular is when I've attached my financial security to this company. There's a key here. Detach from that, come back to yourself. When you attach your future, when you attach your well-being to something outside of yourself, you give up control, you give up your power. So in a way, even though this is a scary time for you, I can feel it, I'm tuning in, Lexi. Like, even though this is a scary time for you, I feel there's an opportunity for deep liberation on a deep level. After 30 years, maybe for the first time, you have an opportunity to become you, to create something that comes through you, from your soul, and you do not have to know what it is right now. Being in the unknown is a scary part for the personality, but it's a refreshing breath, like it's like a breath of air for the soul. So this is what I feel for you particular. It's okay that it's scary. Again, I have really great shows for that also the 5-step frame. And what I feel for you within me and what I'm getting for you, this is actually, despite the scarcity, an exciting moment for you in your life. And I believe that at some point, if you use this and you let yourself really surrender to it, that at some point later on, you will look back and say, oh my God, I'm so grateful that that happened to me. I'm getting goosebumps. I'm getting goosebumps. Okay, woo, isn't that powerful? Okay, I'm gonna leave it, I'm gonna stop today. I still have a question to answer for sure from Antoinette. How to respond when someone is mean and aggressive to you. I have a question from Jean. Jean, I see you, you're here. We'll answer your question next week. And these are the ones that I had for just this show, and I will use the other ones that I have for next Monday. Okay? So next Monday, if you find this valuable today, come back next Monday. I'm gonna just do a follow-up on this because I didn't know how many questions I get, and I like to dig a little deeper. So this is real opportunity for you to do that. So I'm gonna answer the remaining questions on Monday. And here's what I want you to do right here, right now. Take a breath. Tune in. What is the most valuable thing you're getting out of this today? What is your aha? What is landing? But tune in. You're not even doing that. Even if you don't share it for yourself, tune in. What's landing for you? What did have an impact on you? What was valuable? And just hold space for that for a moment. Let it anchor. And if you do feel open to be generous enough to share, to support yourself by anchoring it deeper and support anyone else that will benefit from your takeaway, including me, that I will have good feedback to see what's actually landing for you, I ask you to leave a comment below right now and share your biggest takeaway, what's landing, what has made a shift for you today. And then set an alarm, set a reminder for next Monday where I'm going to answer the rest of the questions and invite a friend, especially if you know anyone that is tapped into the world matrix in a way that it's like really, really challenging. If this was valuable to you, don't hold back and invite someone to share this with you. The more people unplug from the world matrix, the less control that world matrix has. Does it make sense? Like, whew, it's about liberation. Okay, let me read a few comments and off we go. So, greatest takeaway, freedom inside of me. Ooh, yeah, love that. Beautiful takeaway. Thank you for sharing. Takeaway, learn to forgive and trust the process. Beautiful takeaway. Thank you for sharing. My big takeaway is how opportunities can come from what can appear to be misfortune. Oh my God, amen. This one is, I live by this one. It's life happens for you. And the biggest challenges, I just posted that because I'm going through a big challenge myself right now. The biggest challenges, I mean the biggest, the most painful, the scariest, like the ones that you think like you're not gonna survive, are the biggest opportunities. It's okay to be afraid. It's okay to doubt yourself. It's okay to cry and freak out. It's okay. And yet, these are opportunities when we allow and to do the work and we look deeper that can create a next level of expansion, liberation, and healing. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. I'm off. If you're watching this on the replay, leave me a comment below with your biggest takeaway and come back Monday for a follow-up live Q&A call. 12 p.m. Eastern Time, 9 a.m. Pacific Time. I love you guys. Have a fantastic rest of the day, and I will see you on Monday.